Welcome to this episode, which is a compilation of highlights and best moments and key takeaways from 4 episodes that we've recorded here previously. We want to give you a taste test and a sample. So enjoy these recaps and check out the full episodes. This is our most watched episode. So enjoy these moments with Chef Jenna. Chef Jenna is full of character. You may have seen her on the Food Network or Mike Rose Returning the Favor or in a magazine near you. You might have seen her on the street. She has, she's always giving food hugs, Tip Back Thursday, amazing person, lots of energy, lots of character. You may see her driving around town in a pink vehicle or her pink hair and wonderful outfit. So awesome person, tells her story about growing up in Manhattan and how she transitioned to San Francisco and eventually here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where she runs a More restaurant. So enjoy these clips, and I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun.
So, like I said, out of COVID, I started seeing mental health of people really start to decline. And I noticed that food was part of their day that brought them joy. So I started delivering to frontline workers. The hospital was overwhelmed. So I started with them, and then police officers were overwhelmed. EMTs were overwhelmed. Everyone that was working with people who were sick a lot were so overwhelmed. And so I just started bringing them meals for free, just showing up and dropping them. And I tried to hit everybody that I could. And it was also people who were losing family members that couldn't have a funeral. So I would bring them food. It just blossomed into whoever needed it was getting it. And even our neighborhood, when we had extra food from the day, because we were only open from 4 to 7, I put it on my porch at home and put it on the Lake Bella Vista feed.
Okay.
And we called them porch treats. And I would say, hey, porch treats are on the porch. And it's so funny to watch people like run up to the porch and get food.
They're afraid to get seen or what?
Yeah. So I still do it like once a month. I'll say, hey, I have stuff on my porch.
Now, do you find that it's more adults or more children or just kind of equal?
Well, I mean, it's anyone who can drive over there. So
okay. But do they send the kids out of the car or do they usually run? Yeah.
And I actually asked for a Ring camera for Christmas. It hasn't gotten installed yet. So I could see people.
Oh yeah, that'd be so
videotape
fun.
them. Just for my personal pleasure.
Right.
Like they're creeping up like the Grinch, to the house. It's so funny.
Not 100% sure maybe that's the right place or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they see the food and I have the porch light on, but it's hilarious to watch people. Yeah. And everyone's like, I didn't get there fast enough. I was there 3 minutes after everything was gone. I'm like, you got to be faster, bro.
That's awesome. So
it was
fun.
Just fun, right?
Yeah.
And why would I throw away food? Like, I'm not going to do that. That's not me. Like, I'd rather give it to someone that'll enjoy it. Initially, when I started sharing food hugs things or positive things, I was getting that negative corner that was like, why are you filming and showing people and you're just bragging and blah? I go, absolutely not, friends. I'm doing this because people donated money to me and they want to see where it went.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't bring you joy, scroll by. Like, there's no need for you to comment. If this is annoying to you and you don't want to see people be happy, scroll on by. You have no need to stop and comment.
Right.
It's just the right thing to do. The golden rule. I mean, that's what I live by. If you can't say anything nice, scroll on by.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
I don't think that's that hard.
It's not that hard.
If you don't like positivity, block me, delete me. I'm fine with that because some people can't stand positivity and it makes them angry. But for me, I want it to be inspirational.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I do it is I want to inspire other people to be kind, because if we can have that kind of butterfly effect on humanity right now, we really need it. We need it now more than ever. After some of the shit I've seen people like post on celebrities that you don't know these people. You don't know them. There's no reason you should be shitting on their life or what they're doing, So
everybody has their baggage. Everybody has their stuff.
Of course.
And we just none of that negativity helps.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. And I don't love that kids are seeing it. I don't love that teens are seeing it. I don't love that humans think it's okay to be awful to other humans. So that's why I choose to do what I do instead. It's
Yeah.
just way more better, like way more. It makes you feel better.
Welcome to these moments with Scott McCambridge, friend, client, and filmmaker. If you want to hear some behind the scenes goodness on how they filmed that, as well as his editing style and his journey through filmmaking, you'll enjoy this clip and the full episode. What kind of advice would you give like a young filmmaker or somebody kind of like you that, like, where do you start and what's some good advice?
Oh man, yeah. I think I think it really is kind of about, well, the passion that you bring into it is definitely very important, but also the people around you. You know, I got very lucky in that I was very like well accepted into this like group of filmmakers here in Grand Rapids, you know, and we all had very similar passions and were very like-minded and had similar tastes, you know, in movies and things like that. And it would not have really been possible without that, I don't think, you know, just because what started off as, oh, this is just kind of fun, we're hanging out, it kind of just evolved into like, no, this is actually working sort of as a career, you know, here and there. And so I guess my advice there would just to be, I hope that they can find those like-minded people and kind of gravitate together. Because, you know, even if you look at the best filmmakers of all time, you know, like Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, they were all kind of friends. Like they all kind of knew each other, you know, and they were peers. Yeah. And, you know, they didn't start like being these like incredible filmmakers. They were just making stuff, you know what I mean? And so I think that's an important thing to just have those people you can rely on and, you know, build trust with. And yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of people to make a movie, you know, any size movie can take, you know, more than one person usually. So.
All right, here's a clip from episode 11 with Aaron Sorrells, the unemployed alcoholic and founder of the Soapstone Comedy Club in Meta Horizon Worlds. It's a wonderful conversation with a longtime friend. We've been friends since college. He has lots of great things to share. A little bit about his journey through alcoholism, sobriety, and building a brand new world in the metaverse. So enjoy this time with Aaron Sorrells.
Yeah, it got to a point where I knew that I needed to address alcoholism. Health was fading, relationships. I mentioned the importance of the relationship with my wife. Relationships were struggling professionally. I was struggling. It's alcoholism and alcohol abuse will always take its toll. And unfortunately, it's a very, very controlling thing. And it's a rarity that that people are able to address it and make the lifestyle changes necessary to overcome it. It's you know, but it came to the point where I knew that if I didn't address it, ultimately I'd end up losing everything of value. And so I did. I left a good grown-up job. I say a grown-up job because I certainly don't have a grown-up job now, but left a good job and got involved in a good church, a good recovery program, and started rebuilding who I was, my identity. And that was so valuable and good. I mean, the lessons that I learned during taking a season to recover are far more valuable than anything that I learned through any entrepreneurial venture that I've done in the past or any the MBA that I went through. You know, the mindset and the focus of a 12-step program in as far as creating value for those around you, it's incredibly valuable. You know, it's great. So I left that job to address alcoholism and go through a recovery process. I thought that might take a couple weeks and then I'd get back to work. Yeah. It's not how it happened.
You told Renee.
Well, it's funny at that point, if I were to have laid out, if somehow I had a vision of what the future would hold and I
Yeah.
laid that out, she'd have said, no. Like if I just said, here's the plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to take about a year out of work, and then I'm going to start doing comedy as the unemployed alcoholic. And then there's going to be a global pandemic, which is going to shut everything down. And then from there, I'm going to go into the metaverse and build a cartoon comedy club in a pretend land and start to do comedy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all in. Welcome to a clip from episode 12 with Katie DeBoer. Katie's a special person. She has done some amazing things in town here in Grand Rapids, in West Michigan as a whole. Her and her husband run a hardscaping and construction business. She has started a co-op for educating children that's grown to approximately 60 students in the past few years. She's also county commissioner and just a wonderful overall good person. Enjoy some of her lessons that she shares here in this episode.
And so I was like, God, I don't know what to do. Like I cannot put them in a school right now. I can't do it. I don't know what to do. And so God said, well, then find your village, right? Find your community, find your support. And so it was totally a selfish reason why I started Faith and Freedom, because I needed help.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it alone. And I knew I couldn't do it alone. And so a bunch of moms, a bunch of parents came together and started something. And we're still going to this day. It's shifted a ton. We started at 4 days a week. And it was, honestly, most of us all came out of the public schools.
Yeah.
And so it was a kind of a different culture than most of the homeschool traditional culture. It was public school kids that didn't fit into a compliance box for the public schools. So told the kids, started the co-op. We started with 40 kids in my house.
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah. I was really nervous at that time because I know zoning ordinances now, and I know I was breaking a bunch of zoning ordinances, but we found a church in a week and a half after being at my house. And it's been another like struggle here and there, with learning how to navigate through some of that. I've stepped back a lot, and we've got some wonderful moms that know what they're doing. Shout out to Jackie. She's my good friend and knows what she's doing, and I'm thankful for her. I won't share her last name because she'd be mad at me if I But so it's been incredible, and it's been a struggle bus sometimes, but it's also, at the end of the day, the kids, it's what it's about.